Hey, what's going on, guys? A quick little shout out to Mac and Gabe Hutt. You guys probably know him on Twitter, but he helped me with this team. He didn't really give me anyone, he just gave me some suggestions and helped me with the lineups. But anyway, besides that, he's just been an overall, honestly, the only good Twitter Hutt account, and I definitely think he deserves a follow. So if you guys want to go give him a follow, make sure you do that. I'll leave his description, and that makes a lot of sense. I'll leave his link in the description. But anyway, let's get to episode number 7 of the Dekestry. Yo, what is going on, guys? Episode number 7 of the Dekestry is finally here, and we are going to be rebuilding the team. Like I said again, we have 1,606 points, so let's move into it. First player on the team we're going to basically be rebuilding is going to be center number 28, Claude Giroux. He's going to be our first player, basically going to be building around him, and our right winger is going to be Hutt Live Ep.7. So 228s on the team, 88 overall and 90 overall, and our left winger is going to be 88 overall as well. And we're going to get Jeff Skinner, Hutt Live. And that is going to be our first line. 95 chemistry, so that's pretty good. Our first left defenseman is going to be not Campbell, not Mata, not Edler, but it's going to be Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Hutt Live. He's a very good player, even if he's only 83 overall. And a right defenseman is actually not going to be a right defenseman, but he's going to be a left defenseman. And he is going to be Brian Campbell, so an 86 overall and an 83 for the first line D pairing. Two offensive defensemen, so not really good chemistry there. And we're going to go to the second line, and for the second line, left winger, he is going to be a center position, but it's going to be, one second, it is going to be Matt Duchesne. So he's at the center position, but he's going to be playing left wing for us. And the center will be Krejci, so I haven't really used him much, but he seems like he's going to be a pretty good player, 89 overall, Hutt Live. Or the Sochi card, actually. And the second line will be Tarasenko. So again, pretty good chemistry there, 95. Our left defenseman here is going to be, this time, Alexander Edler, and followed by his defensive partner, Voinov, who stays on the team from last time we built the team. And we're going to move on to the third line. The third line left winger is going to be, wait for it, it's going to be actually a right winger, but this player is going to be, just kidding, I don't know what I'm doing. I believe it's going to be, Raymond? Yes, it is. It's going to be Raymond. He's going to be playing the left wing, and the center position we are going to go with someone a bit unexpected. He looks a bit low overall, but he is got some pretty good stats as it looks like. He's 78 or 76 overall, whatever. Center McKinnon, and the right wing is going to be Grabner, the 85 edition, so he's still really good. And for the left defenseman on the third line D pairing, we are going to place Oli Mata, the player of the game one, and the right defenseman is going to be Seth Jones, the 80 overall Hutt Live one. And we're going to finish off on the fourth line. This line's not really going to play much, but we want to see what they could do. You guys may be a bit like, whoa, what are you doing here? But this guy right here, Bergeron, he's actually really fast, and he's got good he's actually a good player. I'm not even lying. I don't know his first name or anything like that, but Bergeron, followed by Brian Boyle, who's really, I don't know if you could say he's good, but he's been pretty good for what he's done. And then we're going to finish off with Westgard. So our fourth line is looking pretty grindy with Bergeron, who brings some speed, and he's a low overall, so it balances everything out. But that is our team of forwards and defense. So we just have to fill in the goalies, and you guys will see in a few seconds who we put in the net. We definitely have a bit too many. I think we need to have a defensive defenseman, at least one of them, but we have 0 of them. But the goalie that will be in the net is going to be this guy, who's a 38 overall, but he's going to be our backup. And the real goalie of this team is going to be Hutt Live Lettinen, 89 overall. He should be good. I heard good things about him, but we'll have to see. But this is our team. It's got 83 overall chemistry, 3.5 stars. And I believe it is 1,605 or 1,606 points, which is how many we left off with. So that is basically the total amount that we needed to make this team, and I hope you guys enjoyed the team that I put in front of us. But let me just show you guys these scratched lineups. We'll scratch roster, basically you could say, and we'll go from, in terms of who I'd want on the team the most, to the person I wouldn't want on the team the most. But the first person is going to be Hemsky Hutt Live, who looks really good. Granlund Hutt Live, who looks really good as well. He's got really good stats. Then we're going to follow with Hagelin, who's got unreal speed, Hutt Live as well. And next is going to be Gardner, who's 83 Hut Live, who looks actually really good as well. I tried his regular card a while ago, and he was really good, so I'm sure this is good. Then we're going to go with Desharnais Hut Live, and he looks really good as well. He's a bit underrated. He's only 85 overall, but he's got some really good hands, and he's a pretty fast player, and he's pretty short, so he should be pretty good. And then followed by Grabowski Hut Live, who I've used him early on in the game. He's really good, but the Hemsky and Granlund definitely both really stand out. I haven't used either of their base cards or Hut Live cards, so those would definitely be two players I would want to switch in this if someone gets injured or whatnot, or someone just isn't really working out. But for now, this is the team, the forwards, the defenseman, and the goalie and the backup that I don't know how much he will play. I'm hoping Lettinen does the job good, but anyway, that is going to be the team, and we are going to quickly add a captain to Claude Giroux. He will lead our team. He has, I'd say, some of the best hands in the game, and overall he's a really fast player who could win some face-offs and get the job done for us. Followed by the first assistant captain is going to be Oliver Ekman-Larsson, making him 84 overall. So some of you might have been like, oh, that's a bit unexpected, but he's definitely a really good player. And the last assistant captain will go to second line centerman David Krejci, so he's got 90 overall now. So we're looking pretty good in the center category. And I'd say we're looking fairly good on the sniper and playmaker category, but we don't really have that much of anything else. And we're also looking really weak on the defensive defensemen. We have 4 two-ways and 2 offensive defensemen. But let's hop into our first game with this brand new squad. And you guys will see off of a pretty bad defensive play in my part, I couldn't get the puck out, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson on his team would snipe it. It would get deflected off of a high stick, but the goal would count. And then we'd come right back with Giroux, our captain, to tie the game up at 1. So good goal by Giroux. And then he would make it 2-1. Unfortunately, that play was apparently not in here. And then being 2-1, he would get that, and then that would make it 3-1. So he pretty much had the game in control, and Krejci would get a nice little goal right there to get the game back and make it close. We still had a whole period to go in the third, and we would come close to scoring. We kept trying there. And then we get it. We keep it in, luckily there. We keep poking. I don't know what he was doing. He couldn't get it out for some reason. We were on our power play, and Grabner would pass to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson would shoot, but the goalie would make the save. Grabner would use his extremely fast skating and get through everyone and score. And that would make it a 3-3 game going into overtime. And we'd get tripped on the breakaway. I believe I had a power play, and Duchesne would take this, so no pressure, Duchesne. I mean, if you score, you win the game for us, but it's not like you're going to score. Just kidding. Duchesne would score off of a pretty nice goal. He didn't even try to do a poke check. I was expecting him to do it at first, but he didn't. And we would get our first win with this new squad in overtime, so we didn't blow him out. We didn't play great defensively or anything like that. We just got by. We got a 4-3 overtime win with a penalty shot, which is pretty unlikely to see. This next game is against Bojo. And yeah, it was just a friendly game, I guess you could say, but it was it was intense. Like, we didn't just like jokingly around or anything. It was actually an intense game. He would score there, and we'd move all the way to the third period, and with almost like only 5 minutes left, it was 1-0 basically the whole game. And then we'd pass back a little nice play right there, throw it in front, nothing would happen. We'd give it all the way back to Jones, and Jones would just fire it, and it would go bar down. His goalie just stared at it. I don't remember who he had in net. It might have been Rene, and that'd be a 1-1 game. He'd win the face-off, but we'd poke it right there, and Krejci would just get it right by his glove. It may have hit his glove and bounced back in, but that would be the final score of this game, being 2-1. So we pick up another point, and then we move into this game, and this guy would just snipe it off of a pretty random shot. I believe it was by Rutu, so it's not really the sniper. But anyway, Claude Giroux would pick it up, and then Krejci would take the rebound. Not really rebound, he'd just take away what Giroux dropped for him and tie the game at 1. And then with a minute left in the first period, he would get through 1 hit, 1 poke check, 1 dive, and 1 goal to make it a 2-1 game in his favor with 42 seconds left. And we would move on and hopefully try to get back in this game. But again, bad defensive play on my part, and we get the hit, but he picks up the puck right there, and St. Louis would score in a wide open net because Lettinen, for some reason, couldn't do anything. We pick up the puck there, throw it all the way down past his whole team, and Duchesne would finish on the backhand to make this game a 3-2 game. So it was close, but sadly, that was not enough. We would lose that game 3-2. And then this game, this guy just snipes it real fast by Johnson. So kind of blaming letting in. I don't really know if I could blame my defense there. The other goals was my defensive fault. But then we get this play right here. Boyle scores a terrible goal, and we would tie the game at 1. This guy had a pretty good team, but it would be 1-1 at that point, and then Boyle would score again, so the fourth line would score another goal for us, and that would be 2-1, and that would be the end of this game as well. So we pick up 3 wins this episode out of a possible 4. 1 was in overtime, 1 was against Bojo, and 1 was a 2-1 victory. So we are going to make some changes. Nothing really here, no point differential, 88 for an 88, but 7 just wasn't doing the job, so we decided to put Kessel in, hoping he would spark the team a bit. Plus we got Kessel in a trade, so, you know, trying to change some things up. And then we move on to this game, and with 17 seconds left, Skinner would bury it from a pass from Tarasenko, and for some reason his guy was green, so I'm not really sure, like his controller emblem. But anyway, he would be on the power play, and then the power play would expire, and he would score. I believe I poked that right back to him, so he'd tie the game off a pretty bad play there. I guess you could say bad defensive part on me, and then Duchesne would skate past everyone and throw it right in front to the captain, and Captain Giroux would score to make it 2-1, and we win the face-off, but for some reason Jones just like backs up, and he doesn't pick it up. But we would throw the puck back to Grabner, and Grabner would use his skating, poke checking, whatever else he's got, and give it to Giroux, and our captain once again would score for us to make it a 3-1 game. And I guess you could say the game is pretty much in the bag. I mean, 3-1, no one ever comes back from 3-1 games, right? Just kidding, it's 3-2. So he makes it 3-2 with Burns off of a very bad defensive play on my part. But we have a 4-on-4, and we win the face-off, and we just snipe it with Edler. I believe that's Edler's first goal, and we'd win. So that's 4 wins now, 4 out of a possible 5. So we have 1,610 points, I believe, and we still haven't really made any changes. But this game, the guy would score to make it 1-0, and he almost could have scored there, but he did not. But he scores right about... No, I'm just kidding. We make some good defensive plays, and he doesn't even come close to score. Just kidding. So it's 2-0 at that point, and this game was a bit laggy, but I can't complain about that. I've just been playing poor defensively. Krejci would get the puck off of a pretty random lucky play. He knocks it with his stick, and he creates some momentum here, and we would just snipe it. A really nice shot there by Ekman Larsson to make it 2-1, make the game interesting. And then he'd come down with Hossa, throw it back to Seabrook, throw it back to Keith. Keith would shoot, and Neal would deflect it to make it 3-1. And then we'd do this play, and I do not know how that went in, but apparently Westgarth on the 4th line is, they're the scoring sniper machines, but apparently that would not be enough to help us win. We'd lose that game, so we have 5 wins and 2 losses so far this episode. Sagan would score. This is a, I believe the amateur champs or whatever, so nothing too special, but it's 1-0. And then look at that nice little play right there. I love doing that play, and Seth Jones is actually, he has a monster of a shot. So I really like him on the power play over like Ekman Larsson and Campbell and stuff, but he tied the game 1-1, and on our power play still, Ekman Larsson would get it back to Giroux, and Jones would just bomb that home, and that's 2-1 in our favor. He would get a breakaway, and we're going to make a huge just kidding. 2-2 tie on a penalty kill, and by the penalty kill I mean he had the penalty kill, but he scored shorthanded, but we'd score there to make it 3-2, so there's nothing that's going to go wrong. We dominate this guy in the PK. And it's tied again. Hossa scores there, and Giroux would walk it on in and just snipe it, and with only a few minutes left, the remaining moments, 13 seconds, we would win that game. 6 wins and 2 losses this episode so far, so the rebuild of the team has helped, and Kessel would just snipe it there and make it 1-0. We would go on the power play, and Jones is all ready to launch it home. We get it. Jones snipes it. No. Rebound. And Duchesne would fire that one home after Krejci just left it on the line for Duchesne to finish it to make it 2-0. And we're back on the power play, so you know things are getting spicy. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, Skinner will throw it to Kessel, and Kessel's second goal of the game, I believe, and it is 3-0 in our favor. And yeah, I believe this was pretty much the end of the game. I didn't really have to show much else, and we would score right there to make it 4-0. And we're just trying to do some fancy stuff, I guess, this game. But he did have the power play here, so we were trying to kill it off, keep our penalty kill as good as it can be. And Duchesne would use his speed and get through everyone and finish on the backhand for another shorthanded goal. And it's 5-0. So this game is definitely in reach. You could definitely come back in a few seconds. Just kidding. But that was Duchesne's hat trick. So that was our first player's hat trick so far in a while. And we make a big save and a big mistake, and it's 5-1. But hey, we were going to win this game anyway, but still, it would have been nice to get the shutout. This guy didn't really have any good chances, but it was all our fault on that play that we gave it right to him to make it a non-shutout win for us. And then we get the puck, we get it back, the goalie make the save, and Westgarth again would score. And that is pretty embarrassing. They'll get Westgarth to score, and we get a penalty shot again for us. And Kessel would do some nice moves and just tuck it in on the backhand. And yeah, I think this game is definitely up. Just kidding, he quit. 7-1 win, and we have 7 wins and 2 losses this episode. Moving into the next game, and Giroux would find the backhand shot, and he would score to make it 1-0 in our favor. We'd poke the puck in on our power play, trying to create some offense. We couldn't really get anything. Another shot, couldn't get it. Another shot, couldn't get it. And Krejci finally scores after like 3 rebounds, and it's 2-0 in our favor. And then that goes in. I don't know how that went in, but okay, it's fine. And he pulls his goalie, and here we go. Let's get an empty net goal. Those are easy. Let's just speed it up. Okay, let's just get this pucker here. Okay, here, puck's stuck behind the net or something. It's fine. We'll just get the empty net goal. Okay, never mind. Okay, what's going on? Okay, good. We poked it. Okay, okay, what are we doing here? Well, okay, we'll just throw this puck out, and we'll get an easy. Okay, maybe he'll just steal it from us. It's not like he's gonna score. And tie game on the power play when his net was pulled. But anyway, we're going to move on a 5-on-3 in overtime, and we would score Duchesne again. Duchesne's been getting all these huge goals for us. Maybe we take the captaincy off of Giroux and put it to Duchesne. But anyway, we have 8 wins and 2 losses this episode. 2 of them came in overtime, and this is our team. Duchesne, Giroux, and Kessel for a total of 265 points, not including the captaincy. Skinner, Krejci, and 87 Grabner. We upgraded a bit. 264 points for the Grabner. And then we have Raymond, McKinnon, and Tarasenko, 246 points. And we have the Bergeron, the Boyle, and the Westgarth. And that 4th line may look really bad to you guys, but that Bergeron guy is actually very, very solid. The Boyle has been very solid, and Westgarth, surprisingly, has been pretty solid as well. I think Boyle has 2 goals, Westgarth has 2 goals, and Bergeron has 3 assists, so 4th line's very underrated. And that's a total combined points of 974 points for the forwards. Let's move on to the defensemen. We have Oliver Ekman-Larsson paired with Edler after making a few changes, 170 points there. We have Gardner, who makes a appearance in the lineup, paired with Voynov, 169 points, so very, very close to pairings. First line and second line are very close, so we don't really have a top 2 defensemen and then top 4. It's basically like 6 top 4 defensemen in here. And then our 3rd line is Campbell, who's moved from the 1st line to the 3rd line, paired with Seth Jones for 166 points. And let's move on to the goalies. We have 89 points for Lettinen, Hutlive, and we have 38 points for that backup goalie for a total of 127 points. And that is going to be our full team, in which is being 1,606 points. And we picked up 8 wins this episode, so we have 1,614 points. We have 8 points remaining for next episode if you want to spice things up. And you guys will see some sneak peeks at what's going to go on. So, as you will see here, there's a mysterious player who should be extremely easy to figure out, who may be making a appearance in the next episode of the Dekestry. But he's a 92 overall, right-wing, 2-way forward, player of the game, question mark card. These are really rare. These question mark cards only appear in the question mark collection hut pack, and they are for I think $45, so it's a pretty good deal. But anyway, that is going to be the first player who may make an appearance, and he may help out the team a lot because Kessel has really not been working out too much. And the other player, the first team of the year player I got, this is another rare question mark card. I didn't even know they made question mark team of the year players, but he should be extremely easy. But he is boosted in one category, so you may not know who this is. Just kidding, it should be extremely easy because there's only like 2.5 team of the year cards. But anyway, these 2 players may be making some moves into the Dekestry, so for next episode you'll have to find out and see who they are. And once again, I'm sorry this took forever to come out, and there wasn't any highlights in this video, but I didn't really pick up any players, and the players I did pick up, like Kessel, he's already had a tribute made for him, so I didn't want to make a double one or use the same one. But this was a basically all gameplay one. There wasn't a single highlight thing or so. You guys should enjoy that. Everyone's always like, oh, where's the gameplay? This had like 12 games and a bunch of other stuff. So if you guys enjoy this episode, please leave a like and comment. Make sure to leave some player suggestions and whatnot. And if you guys enjoy this video, leave a like I just said like 3.5 seconds ago. And also, the next episode of Dekestry will be out a lot sooner than this one took to make. It'll probably be out in 2, 3, maybe 4 days, but it won't be like 7 days. But anyway, guys, I will see you all later.
love, I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high, I come alive. I need to be free with you tonight. I need your love.